After 3 long patches, we finally have the chance of pulling for the cutest character in Penacony according to most players. Firefly is focused on being a break DPS to your teams by making use of the super break mechanic. I will talk about everything you need to know about Firefly, how she works, how to build her, who is good with her, everything. So just before the video starts, don't forget to leave your like and your sub. 92% of you are not subscribed, and seeing your support will give me a lot of motivation. We have a new video every Wednesday and Saturday, and by leaving your support, YouTube will make sure to start recommending my content more and more to everyone. All my links are in the description, and for those who want to support me even more, you can always become a member. Without any furthers, let's now explain Firefly's kit. Firefly is a 5-star fire character that follows the path of destruction and is focused on being a break DPS for your teams with the use of her super break. On her basic attack, Order, Flare, Propulsion, Firefly deals fire damage equal to percentage of Sam's attack to a single target enemy. When you use her skill, Order, Aerial Bombardment, Sam consumes 40% of her max HP and regenerates a fixed amount of max energy. Sam also deals fire damage equal to percentage of her attack to a single target enemy. If the current HP is not sufficient, then Sam's HP is reduced to 1 when using her skill. Using her skill also advances her next action by 25%. On her ultimate, Firefly Type 4 Complete Combustion, Sam will enter the Complete Combustion state, advancing her action by 100% and enhancing her basic attack and skill. While in this state, increases her speed by a flat amount, and when using the enhanced basic attack or enhanced skill, increases Sam's weakness break efficiency by 50% and the break damage received by the enemy targets by a percentage, lasting until the current attack ends. A countdown timer for the complete combustion state appears on the action order. When the countdown turn starts, Sam exits the complete combustion state. The countdown has a fixed speed of 70, and it's worth knowing that Sam cannot recast her ultimate while in the complete combustion state. On her enhanced basic attack, Firefly Type 4 Progenetic Decimation, Sam restores HP by an amount equal to 20% of her max HP and deals fire damage equal to percentage of her attack to a single target enemy. On her enhanced skill, Firefly Type 4 Death Star Overload, Sam restores HP by an amount equal to 25% of her max HP and applies fire weakness to a single target enemy, lasting for 2 turns. She also deals fire damage equal to percentage of her break effect multiplied by a percentage of her attack to this target. At the same time, deals fire damage equal to a smaller percentage of her break effect multiplied by a smaller percentage of her attack to adjacent targets. The break effect taken into calculation is kept at 360. On her talent, Chrysalid Pyro Nexus, the lower the HP, the less damage received. When HP is 20% or lower, the damage reduction reaches its maximum effect, reducing a specific percentage of damage taken. During the complete combustion, the damage reduction remains at this maximum effect and the effect res increases by a percentage. If energy is lower than 50% when the battle starts, Sam regenerates energy to 50%. Once the energy is regenerated to its maximum, dispels all debuffs on this unit. And for last, on her technique, Order Meteoric Incineration, Firefly leaps into the air and moves freely for 5 seconds, which can be landed earlier by launching a plunging attack. When the duration ends, she plunges and immediately attacks all enemies within a set area. At the start of each wave, applies a fire weakness to all enemies, lasting for 2 turns. Then, deals fire damage equal to 200% of Sam's attack to all enemies. Now that we know how Firefly Kit works, it's now time to talk about her traces and priorities to level up. On her minor traces, Firefly will get a total of 37.3 break effect, 18% effect res, and 5 speed, helping both on your damage, survivability, and min-maxing your stats. On her first major trace, Modulo Alpha Anti-Lag Outburst, during the complete combustion, attacking enemies that have no fire weakness can also reduce their toughness bar, with the effect being equivalent to 55% of the original toughness reduction from abilities. On her second major trace, Module Beta Auto-Reactive Armor, when Sam is in complete combustion with a break effect that is equal or greater than 200% or 360%, attacking a weakness broken enemy target will convert the toughness reduction of its attack into one instance of 35% or 50% super break damage. And for last, on her third major trace, Module Gamma Core Overload, for every 10 of Sam's attack that exceeds 1800, increases Sam's break effect by 1%. For her trace priorities, you should focus on your ultimate first, then your skill, after that your talent for more survivability, and for last your basic attacks, which you don't need to level up if you don't want to, since you are just going to use them if you don't have skill points for your team. Now let's talk about Firefly Eidolons for those sims who are going to burn all their pulls faster than Sam burns her enemies. With her E1, when using the enhanced skill, ignores 15% of the target's defense, and the enhanced skill does not consume skill points. On her E2, when using the enhanced basic attack or enhanced skill in complete combustion state to defeat an enemy target or cause them to be weakness broken, Sam immediately gains 1 extra turn. This effect can trigger again after 1 turn. Her E3 increases the level of her skill by 2 and the level of her basic attack by 1. With her E4, while in the complete combustion, increases Sam's effect res by 50%. Her E5 increases the level of her ultimate and talent by 2. And her E6, while in complete combustion, increases Sam's fire res span by 20%. When using the enhanced basic attack or enhanced skill, increases the weakness break efficiency by 50%. Now let's talk about the best relics and planetary ornament sets you could use on your Firefly. Your best in slot option will be in the new Relic set launch on the version 4.3, Iron Cavalry Against the Scourge. This set provides you 16% break effect on its 2-piece, while also allowing you on its 4-piece to ignore 10% of the enemy's defense when dealing break damage if your break effect is 150 or higher, and allowing your super break damage to ignore 15% of the target's defense if your break effect is 250% or higher. Since Firefly gets super break on her kit thanks to her trace, she can fully utilize this set buffs. Of course, as long as you fulfill its requirements. Genius of Brilliant Stars is also a good option for Firefly for those who want to farm her Relic set. Even though it offers 10% quantum damage on its 2-piece, something Firefly doesn't care, the total of 20% defense ignore it provides on its 4-piece makes it a good option for Firefly, especially if she's up against opponents with quantum weakness. Thief of Shooting Meteor is another alternative for her, especially if you invested a lot of resin on this set thanks to the break meta. When you use its 4-piece, you will not only get a total of 32% break effect, but you will also regenerate 3 extra energy every time you inflict a weakness break. And for last, you can always mix and match 2 pieces between the sets that provide break effect and speed. For planetary ornaments, your best in slot will be the new ornament coming this version, Forge of the Kalpagni Lantern. Using this set will increase your speed by 6%, and when the wearer hits an enemy with fire weakness, the wearer's break effect increases by 40%, lasting for 1 turn. Alia, Kingdom of Bandrit, can be a good placeholder while you get pieces of her best in slot set, since it will provide your Firefly 16% break effect and an extra 20% break effect if your speed reaches 155 or higher, something she will for sure achieve, especially with the help of her ultimate. And for last, if you are still on the early game, Space Stealing Station will be the best pick until you unlock Talia or her best in slot, increasing your attack by 12% and an extra 12% if the wearer's speed reaches 120 or higher. Now that we know what sets to farm, let's now talk about the stats that you will want to look for. For the chest, attack percent. For the boots, speed. For the sphere, attack percent. And for the rope, break effect. For the substats, you should focus on break effect, speed, attack, and effect res. For Firefly Lightcones, her best in slot will be a signature Whereabouts Should Dreams Rest, which will increase your break effect by 60% and will increase the break damage the enemies take by 24%, while also reducing their speed by 20% when you deal break damage to an enemy. Her best F2P Lightcone and her second best option will be the Earth Lightcone on the Fall of an Aeon, which increases your attack by 8% whenever you attack someone in the battle up to a max of 4 stacks, and after inflicting a weakness break on enemies, your damage increases by 12% for 2 turns. Even though the damage increase is pretty much useless, because, I will repeat again, damage increases does not increase break damage, the attack buff it gives is amazing. And don't forget you can superimpose it for free, leading to a max of 64% attack increase if you have it 4 stacks with this Lightcone and S5. Her best 4-star Lightcone will be Indelible Promise, which will increase your break effect by 28% and will also increase your crit rate by 15% after using your ultimate, lasting for 2 turns. Even though Firefly doesn't care about the crits, having that extra break effect is always amazing on her, and if you end up having this Lightcone as S5, you can pretty much use it on her if you want to use the Arta Lightcone on someone else, since their value is super similar. Another 4-star Lightcone that you can use with your Firefly will be the Battle Pass Lightcone Nowhere to Run, which increases your attack by 24%, and when you defeat an enemy, you restore HP equal to 12% of your attack. For Firefly teams, she's a character that rely only on breaks to cause her damage. And before talking about teams, there is one character I need to mention first, because it will be basically present with any team you try to do with your Firefly, and that character is Harmony Trailblazer. I made a guide on them and I highly recommend you to check that out after this video, but in a short version, Harmony Trailblazer will provide anyone in your team a lot of break effect, especially if built correctly using the Watchmaker set, making it easier to achieve Firefly break effect goals, to activate her set and traces. And he also provides a better super break damage than Firefly alone. Due to all of these reasons, I believe you will now understand why they will be present on any team I mention now. So, without any furthers, here are some of my suggestions. Pair her with Harmony MC, Runmei and Gallagher. You can replace Runmei with Asta if you don't have Runmei, or Hanya if you don't have both of them. And you can replace your Gallagher for Hua if you don't have Gallagher but have her. And I only recommend using Fushuan or Aventurine if you really don't have these two. Other supports like Bronya, Sparkle or Tingyun are not that great with Firefly. Sparkle's main purpose is to provide crits, something Firefly doesn't care. Tingyun may provide energy and attack buffs, but there are better characters for that role on a Firefly team, since she already regenerates a lot of energy with her skill, and attack is good to have, but it's not a priority. And for last, Bronya. Your Firefly will achieve high speed values when on her ultimate, so you'll need to spin tune your Bronya a lot if you want to give more extra turns to Firefly. Besides that, if you pair them together, they will both eat a lot of skill points, which can make your life harder. And just to end on a note, characters that can reduce the defense of the enemies like Silverwolf, Pella or Black Swan can be good options, because if you don't know, the only things that can improve your break damage is your break effect, your toughness bar reduction, defense shred and res penetration buffs. So, what's your opinion about Firefly? Is she a valuable pull for your account? What do you think about her? I hope with this video you are now able to understand how she works and how you should build her. Share this video with everyone you know that got her or is trying to get her. 93% of you are not subscribed, so please, it just takes some seconds of your life and that way you will be able to enjoy any future content I post. A special thanks to my members for trying to support me. And thank you so much for keeping me company. See you all every Wednesday and Saturday. Stay safe everyone, have an amazing day and good luck on your pulls.